Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well this morning and having a great weekend. Get a little situated here. My name's Amanda Ree with Sama Dog Wellbeing for dogs and their humans. And today we come together every weekend to talk about dog tips. That's what Sama Dog is all about, bringing well-being to dogs, recognizing the body, mind, and spirit of them. So wellness that comes through all of these channels. And, we can have so much to do with our dog's health, so many ways that we can influence it. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. Our topic is detox for your dogs. So some people wonder if their dogs need a detox, and I think most of us probably have done an occasional cleanse ourselves or done some detoxing or taken some supplements to help us reduce toxins. So why would our dogs need such a thing? It's the exact same reason that we need such a thing. There are toxins all around us, in our environment, in their water and in their food, especially. All of the preservatives and anything unnatural in their food is certainly accumulating toxins within the body. And of course, all of their flea and tick and heartworm preventative medicines, as well as their heartworm medicines, but also their vaccinations can all lead to toxins. Another big one that a lot of us don't think about are the toxins in the household. Your cleaning products, things you spray in the air. Even getting, I was speaking with a friend of mine recently that got a new couch, and she was saying, yeah, we really had to let that couch air out because the chemical smell of the retardants were so strong. Imagine the way that that's affecting our pets, especially our dogs with their ability to smell like they can. So that's where they come up with all these toxins within their body, and basically the body holds on to those toxins for a later period in which it can release the buildup. And within our dogs, if we don't do a cleanse for them in some form once in a while, they of course don't have that way to release, and then illness sets in, allergies can set in, all kinds of diseases, behavior changes, and even cancer can start to plague our beloved pets if this is left for too long. So I wanted to take you through a few tips today to give you an idea of how to start with your detoxing of your pet. And I should have introduced my co-hosts here, Graham. Some of you may know these guys, but this is Graham and Maya and Benny. And we have a new little foster dog. He's in the other room in his crate. We also have a dog here named McLaren that we are taking care of and kind of nursing back to health. He was not eating after some real physical challenges, some health challenges. He just wouldn't eat. So slowly but surely we're working with him, and he's such a sweetheart. But he's a little camera shy, so he went in the other room. So what to do? So I first want to say is I'm going to share a few basic tips. Now, for a deeper conversation about this, which I'm happy to have with any of you, just comment below this video and say, hey, yeah, I have a few questions, or I'd like to talk further. As you may know, I offer a 30-minute consultation to anyone in our community at any time, just to be able to help and support and lend an understanding as well as to what I can do and how I can help. So 30 minutes, I'm here for you. Don't hesitate. No strings attached at all. I'd love to be able to explain a little bit more about these. So I'm going to take it light because, you want to be mindful. First and foremost, I want to say, don't go through a detox experience or provide detoxing supplements to an animal or a dog that's a puppy or a nursing or pregnant mama dog, or a dog that's ill or senior. You don't want to mess with an animal that already has a sensitive system or perhaps a compromised immune system. So this is only for healthy dogs that, just kind of come into that seasonal change and face that time, as we all do, and as Ayurveda guides us to do, is cleanse at those season changes. That's what Ayurveda, the science of life, is really all about, is aligning with nature as best as we possibly can. So between the seasons, like now, coming from summer into fall, in that seasonal change, it's a perfect time to bring some detoxing to the body. So it's great to see some of you. Thank you so much for joining on with us. If you have any questions, I'll share a little bit more content. And then if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate. So we're talking today about Doggy Detox. If you're joining in, please just comment below and let me know that you're here, where you're watching from. And I'd be so grateful if you're willing to share the word of Sama Dog, whether it's this video or something else. That's certainly the way that this knowledge and our intention and our passion spreads. So what are some tips? Where can we start? So let me just say first, what happens with detox? So when we detox, we boost the regular process of the body, the natural process of the body to be able to remove the toxins that build up in the being. What also happens is we open up the channels. So we open up the energy channels, we open up the clearing pathways so that the bloodstream can do just that. It can remove the toxins. And also these in Ayurveda, they call them shrotas, these energy channels that flow throughout the body. They also remove the toxins through anything that comes out. So whether we're going to the bathroom, pooping and peeing, or whether in Ayurveda, not so much for dogs, but for humans, you scrape your tongue, blow your nose, clean your ears, sneeze. Any of these releases of the body's creations is a detoxification process. In Ayurveda, they also talk about amma, which A-M-A, amma, is the toxic residue that builds up in the body. And so the processes of Ayurveda and many other cleansing techniques, of course, can help to reduce the amma, just so you know what that term is in the Ayurvedic knowledge. So we open up the channels and the pathways, and we also allow the liver, the kidneys, and the other cleansing organs to release the backup and buildup that's been accumulating there as well. And we rejuvenate those organs at that same time. So a very simple cleanse, whether it's for a human or an animal, can just be to simplify their food more. So liquefy the food a bit more, and therefore the body does not require so much energy to digest, so much of its function to get the food to break down and assimilate and digest and release, and therefore it's a lot easier for the body to take over its natural healing processes because it's not working on something else quite as much. So, okay, a few steps. First one that I'd like to share is very simple, but I'm surprised how many people I talk with in my consultations that actually don't do this, which is feeding your dog purified filtered water. So at least during that cleansing time, so maybe you're going to pick a week or something. Maybe it's this upcoming week or the week after that. So you pick a week and you do this process for that time. But hey, even 2 days, whether you're a human or a dog or something else, even a couple days of cleansing is very helpful. But maybe do, a good cleanse for a dog seasonally would be about a week. So during that week, you're adding purified clean water. It's as simple as that. You can add it to the food. You can, of course, provide that in a lot of bowls, maybe even some extra bowls. If you're a pet, if your dog doesn't drink a lot of water, what I've found works extremely well is getting a moving fountain. They have them now where it just kind of, it's like a little, it's battery powered and it moves the water around, and animals just have a tendency to like that rather than a still bowl. Maybe also trying a different bowl, just a side note, I digress, but I just want to share that maybe just trying a different bowl sometimes, whether you're using stainless or glass or porcelain. Some animals are very particular to the kind of bowl, and they'll drink because they need water, but they won't drink as much as if they would if you had it in a different bowl. So giving them lots of purified water is a great step to begin with. Secondly, we want to clean out the liver very well. We want to give the liver really actually a chance to do its own cleaning process. So what can we do to do that is, is to help that organ with milk thistle. So that's a herb that's extremely common. You can get it at any Whole Foods, Sprouts, but milk thistle supports the liver, both in dogs and humans, and it protects and regenerates the liver cells. So the liver can basically do its job even better. Hi there, Susan. I'm glad to see you here with us. Thanks for commenting, and nice to see you, Rob. And I saw Bono, the doggy, is also on here with us this morning. Wanted to welcome all of you. So we've been going through Doggy Detox. Our first tip, our big tip, was water. Just pure, clean, filtered water, not tap water. Very important. Second point was cleansing the liver and supporting the liver's the natural function with milk thistle. So this is an herb. Again, you can buy it at any natural food store, and typically the dosage is, they come in capsules, the powder's in the capsule. Typically the dosage for herbs is about 1 capsule per day per 30 pounds of dog. So of course, if you have a dog that's half that size, then go half that, etc. Now you can go up a little more if you want to see a little more of an impact. We can talk about that more individually when we speak about your dog and look at their dosha and things like that. So dosage I don't want to be too specific about in a public forum, but just do a little bit of research. But that's your general guideline with milk thistle. Extremely good, humans and dogs. The third point is 100% clean food. During that week or even a couple days, 100% clean food. So just see what you can take out of what you're already feeding them, or you're kind of feeding them on a daily basis right now. See if you can remove anything that's packaged. Of course, well, most dog food is packaged, but processed and then put in that package, of course, is removed from nature, far removed. Just getting back to nature as close as possible with really clean, fresh foods, clean, fresh meats. You can even add in, of course, fruits and vegetables or legumes. Just be mindful, you might have heard me say this before, but with vegetables, you definitely want to puree those vegetables before you put them into your dog's food. Same with fruit. It's just a lot better. It's more easily digested, especially when on a cleanse, if those vegetables are pureed or slightly cooked and then even chopped small. Normally, maybe it's not quite as much of a concern, especially if you have a pitta dog, a dog with a lot of fire that has a very strong digestive, then, you know, that's fine to give them more of the raw veggies. But definitely while you're cleansing, really make the food as easily digestible as possible. That's the most important step. Hello, Susan. She's saying that she's on a plane headed to the Chopper Center right now. Wow. Milk thistle is safe for dogs. Heck yeah, Susan. Milk thistle is great for dogs. A little bit of a tongue twister, too. You want to come up, Graham? Come on up. No, he's busy. He's doing other things right now. All right, so we had our clean water, milk thistle, clean food. And again, just being real mindful of what you're currently feeding, and just maybe making those changes, if just for a week, will make a huge difference. And then lastly, my last tip for today at least, is Chlorella. Chlorella is an algae, an extremely powerful algae that helps to reduce the body of buildup of ama. It is a rich detoxifier that's full of chlorophyll, and so it contains really healthy amounts and powerful amounts of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and high levels of protein. So the chlorophyll can be really good for your animal. It comes in several different forms, but what I like to use usually is the powder. So in a powder form, you can get, again, at your natural food store, Whole Foods, whatnot. But you want to start with about 1/8 of a teaspoon for a dog. It does have a fairly strong taste and smell because it's algae, so it's, you know, it tastes like seaweed, and so not every dog is into that right away. So just anytime you're adapting them to something new like this, just start really low. Dogs get used to it with the smell and the taste combo, and then you'll see that they might eat it a little bit more easily. So for a smaller dog, or any dog really, you're starting with 1/8 of a teaspoon at the beginning. This is with your Chlorella, so just putting a little bit in the beginning, then you can work your way up to about 1/2 of a teaspoon for a 50-pound dog. That's where you want to be at. Hold on. Things are coming through on my screen there. So that's about where you want to be at, is about 1/2 of a teaspoon for a 50-pound dog of the Chlorella. So, of course, as green things tend to do, right, just clean out the body, clean out the blood, release all of those toxins for us very easily. So those are a few tips to help your dog to detox during this transition of seasons. And everything we talked about, you know, totally applies to you as well. So maybe you and your pup want to go on a cleanse next week, or just do maybe Sunday and Monday, a couple days of releasing what no longer serves. It's really good for all of us. I want to say too that while you're doing this, very intentionally doing this cleanse, cleanse the mind as well. So just bringing in a little more meditation, a little more mindfulness, a little more time in nature during that time where you're doing your cleanse. So I hope these tips have been very helpful. As I mentioned at the top, don't hesitate one bit to ask some questions below if you have any, or just comment below and say, hey, let's talk. I'll get in touch with you privately and we'll schedule a 30-minute free consultation. Like I said, no strings attached at all whatsoever. I just want to be able to help and explain some of these things, so that you can apply it to your dog even more easily. Of course, I'll share with you while we're together if you did want to do more, how we can do that. But honestly, it's just a tiny little part of that conversation. I make sure that everybody leaves those talks with several tips and a lot of clarity on how they can help their animal be their healthiest and happiest and most vibrant and live the longest life that they can. So thank you so much for being part of our community. Thank you for sharing this word out to the world. Hello, Julie. Great to see you. I hope all of your beagles are doing well. You can do a little detoxing with them too, maybe at the season. It's easy to do with a big spread of dogs. You just kind of trickle a little bit on each bowl and freshen up all their water together, freshen up all their food together, whatnot. Thank you so much, everyone. We will see you next week. Namaste.